Business resources assignment 2, planning the people power. Okay, so this assignment follows on from the last assignment. That means you basically have to pick one of the business that you picked in the last assignment. So whether that was the hotel, the sports shoe shop, or the restaurant, you have to pick it. So basically, Jasmine and Nathaniel were very grateful for your help in advising them on their physical and technological resources, and have now asked you to help with the next step in setting up their business, the people side of things. So basically, you're going to show them what documents are needed, what things are needed to actually, and basically how to recruit people and why is it important to recruit people. That is the whole point of this assignment. They've asked for your help to recruit the right employees for the business. Complete the following tasks to help them. As we said last time, same business, please, people. Remember, no, not the college, not the college. Okay, part 1 is a poster. You can make this in Word, you can make it in Publisher. I don't really mind which one you do it in, as long as you make a poster. This is quite nice and straightforward. You've decided to create a poster for them outlining the main stages of the recruitment process for their business, explaining all the different types of documents they will need to at each different stage. That's a job ad. These are the 5 bits you need to do: job advert, personal spec, job description, application form, and contract of employment. You need to do that, folks. Yeah, you need to use the workbook for help, and you also need to reword the descriptions. Okay, just do those 5 bits, stick it in, bish bash bosh, done. You just need to describe them. What are these things? What do they do? What's their purpose? What's their point? Part 2, create a recruitment pack. Okay, now a recruitment pack is basically all the little bits that you need to do to actually recruit someone. That's what it is. You need to design and create perfect examples of the main recruitment documents that they will need to recruit staff for major job roles within the company. So that's job advert, person spec, job description, application form. You've decided to include the completed application form to show what an application form for the perfect candidate should look like. You'll need to complete all these areas. Now, what I've done is to help you is I've given you these links. I will also stick them on a piece of paper for you, and I'll also put them in the YouTube link bit. That'll make it easier for you. All these are a template, so you click on them, they're blank, they're empty. You need to adapt it for the jobs that you've picked. What I would suggest you do is you pick a job like, for example, in a restaurant, chef, maybe a sports shoe shop if you did that, something like sales assistant or a manager, a hotel manager, or the person at the desk. Doesn't matter what you choose, but just make sure it's for one job role. So for example, if you picked let's say a chef, you pick out what kind of personal spec you need, the job description, and you also need to complete the application form for it. What I would do, folks, is make sure that you usually look at the workbook, because they've got examples of what each of them look like and what the kind of things you need to do to include in each of them. But this will give you an outline of how you need to fill it in. You need to complete all of them. What I would say as well is you need to do a very brief job advert. I wouldn't have thought the job advert has to be big, but it has to be included. There is no template for that. You just need to create that from scratch. Okay, I just want to make that very clear. But the other 3 areas, I've given you basically a template which you can fill in for each of them. Okay, so moving on from once you've done that, you need to talk about the specific job role and why you're applying for it. Again, so you pick something like a sales assistant, you follow on from the recruitment pack that you've created for P1, write an email to Jasmine and Nathaniel that explains the reason why the skills you've included in the personal specification are important for that particular job role. Be sure to include skills from all 3 categories and explain why they are needed in order to be able to carry out that job. So employability skills, well, what do you need to do for, let's say, a chef? What kind of qualifications? Maybe a hygiene certificate would be good. If you're a chef, again, maybe the experience of actually working in the kitchen. Knowledge of the products, well, let's say you're a barista in a coffee shop, you'd have to know about different types of coffees, all the services they deliver. So if you worked in Starbucks, you have to follow their service policy. Effectiveness in meeting targets, so that could be sales, it could also be customer satisfaction. Ability to raise standards, could be customer service based, it could be something else. So it could be raising standards in terms of looking at process. So how do you work, the ways you work. Personal skills is something which is in you, which is slightly different. So are you patient, hardworking, ability to work in a team, interpersonal skills, cooperation, and resolving conflicts. So for example, if you are on the front desk of a hotel, do you want someone who can listen to people, be patient? Well, yes, you do, because they're working in a customer service and facing environment. You'd also want them to be able to resolve a complaint. Yes, that's applicable for a whole range of roles. So as long as you include that, I'm very happy with it. Communication skills are very important. So written, let's say, again, take the person working at a desk in a hotel. They might have to write receipts for people. They also might have to write memos and reminders. So for like example, if you checked into a hotel, you might need to wake up call in the morning. And also communication skills, being polite, being able to actually greet customers and actually able to effectively communicate with them. M2, assess the importance of employability and personal skills in the recruitment and retention of staff from an organisation. Add to the email that you wrote for P2 by explaining in detail what's important to recruit people with the right skills and consider the following factors. This is done poorly in the past, and I want to go through this. How are recruiting people with the right skills help the business perform when it is opened? So think about the business type, think how are recruiting people with the right skills help? Think about stuff like profit. What does it do? Are people happy? Are they not? Will they help achieve your goals and your objectives? Think about what the objective of a hotel is, or a sports shoe shop, or whichever one you picked from the last one. How will ensuring that people have the right employability and personal skills affect how they feel about their job and the levels of motivation within their company? It is likely, I would say it is very, very likely that people are likely to be more engaged if they have the right skills for that job. If they have the wrong skills, it would probably mean they're less engaged. You need to be able to explain that specifically about your job role. How might it affect cost and profits? Well, if you've got people who are more productive, have the right skills, surely they will produce more profit. Surely they will increase your customer satisfaction ratings. Vice versa, basically the opposite if they're not. You need to explain those bits. This is very important, is this concept of staff retention. That basically means when you keeping staff in post. Why are employability and personal skills important for staff retention? Well, two things. If you lose members of staff, it is very expensive to employ other people. Also, the people that come in tend to be slower, and it tends to take them longer to be as productive as old members of staff. So you need to highlight those issues. Also, staff retention generally means you are more profitable. It's usually a much bigger thing. If you explain all these points, you'll have a fantastic assignment, and it will be absolutely fine. I hope that makes it really clear. If you have any issues, just write in the comments below of the YouTube video, and that should be it. Thanks very much. Bye.